The craziest, most jaw-dropping fights in NFL history. Buckle up, because these brawls make the octagon look like a middle school slap fight. 10. Andre Johnson versus Cortland Finnegan. If you thought wide receivers only fight for the ball, think again. Andre Johnson and Cortland Finnegan decided that route running was overrated and instead went full WWE in the middle of the field. Helmets off, fists flying, and Johnson basically said, "I'm tired of your trash talk, Cortland. Here's a two-piece combo on the house." And if you thought wideouts had anger issues, wait until you see what happens when quarterbacks get involved. Number 9. Cam Newton versus the entire Saints defense. Cam Newton scores a touchdown, celebrates in the face of Cameron Jordan, and suddenly it's less Panthers versus Saints and more Panthers versus the WWE Royal Rumble. Helmets clashing, players slipping on concrete. Honestly, it looked like a bar fight spilled into Sunday football. Newton might have scored, but he also scored himself a front row seat to chaos. Number 8. Nick Mangold versus Aqib Talib and the Patriots. Sideline. Jets center Nick Mangold hit Aqib Talib late, and the Patriots said, "Not on our watch." Suddenly, the entire Pats sideline turned into a mosh pit. Flags flew, bodies flew, and Mangold probably wished he'd just let Talib run out of bounds. You'd think Thanksgiving turkey legs were on the line with how violent this got. And if you think that's wild, wait until you see the fight that literally had coaches and security guards throwing hands. 7. Dre Greenlaw versus the Eagles and Big Dom. During an Eagles-49ers clash, Dre Greenlaw suplexed Devonta Smith out of bounds. That's a penalty. But then, enter Big Dom. Yes, the Eagles' security guard literally shoved an NFL player. Greenlaw shoved back. Refs had no idea what to do. This wasn't in the handbook. In the end, Greenlaw got ejected, and Big Dom became a Philly folk hero. Now, if that sounds insane, just imagine Odell Beckham Jr. losing his temper on Josh Norman, because that's exactly what went down. Number 6. Odell Beckham Jr. versus Josh Norman. This wasn't just a fight, this was a saga. Cheap shots, helmet slams, late hits. It was basically an episode of Game of Thrones, but with face masks instead of swords. Beckham even threw a flying headshot that looked straight out of Street Fighter. Flags everywhere. Refs? Useless. Entertainment value? Off the charts. But OBJ wasn't the only receiver with a short fuse. Steve Smith Sr. had his own, let's call it, anger management session. 5. Steve Smith versus Aqib Talib. When Steve Smith said, "Ice up, son," apparently he meant it. He and Aqib Talib went at it like two uncles at a family reunion arguing over the last beer. This wasn't pushing and shoving, it was personal. And Smith wasn't backing down from anyone, not even a Pro Bowl corner. Number 4. Myles Garrett versus Mason Rudolph. The fight of all fights, Myles Garrett ripped off Mason Rudolph's helmet and then used it as a weapon. That's right, he literally swung a helmet at a quarterback's head. Suspensions, fines, chaos. This wasn't just a fight. This was a moment that will live in NFL infamy. Garrett went from Pro Bowl pass rusher to full-on Thor with Mjolnir. If that's not wild enough, how about the Super Bowl? Yeah, even the biggest game of the year couldn't escape a good old-fashioned brawl. Number 3. Patriots versus Seahawks, Super Bowl 49. You'd think the biggest drama would have been Seattle not running the ball at the 1-yard line. But nope. After the interception, fists were flying, helmets off, punches thrown, and one of the ugliest endings to the biggest game in football. Marshawn Lynch probably thought, "See? This is why you should have given me the ball." Now, if the Super Bowl fight shocked you, this next one is the definition of personal beef. 2. Andre Johnson versus Cortland Finnegan, Part 2. Yes, we're bringing it back, because honestly, it deserves 2 mentions. Finnegan kept poking the bear, and Johnson finally said, "Fine, you want these hands? Take them." Helmets came off, and Johnson landed haymakers like he was auditioning for the UFC. Still one of the most replayed NFL fights ever. And finally, the fight so infamous, it went from highlight reel to horror show. Number 1. Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph, revisited. This one tops the list because, let's be real, we've seen punches, suplexes, shoves, but never a helmet used as a weapon on national TV. It was shocking, terrifying, and unforgettable. The NFL threw down heavy suspensions, but fans? They'll never forget it.